Every story has two sides, the one that you're told and the one that's hidden. Welcome to Twisted Storytimes.
Frostline, the silence beneath the caves. The first mistake was believing the wilderness was empty. The second was believing they were alone. Deep in the frozen heart of Patagonia, hidden beneath endless mountains and violent winter skies, a Black Ridge research station, a remote scientific outpost built near a network of ancient underground caves no local villagers would go after sunset. Officially, the station existed to study a rare rodent species connected to a dangerous strain of the Hantavirus. Unofficially, everyone there knew the caves had secrets hidden older than science itself, and by the time the storms trapped them inside, it was already too late. 23-year-old Laura Bennett never wanted to be there, a quiet graduate intern desperate to prove herself. She accepted the research assignment because it promised prestige, connections, and a future in virology. 6 weeks in Patagonia could change her life forever. At least that's what Dr. Ellis Mercier told her. Mercier, the station director, was brilliant, respected, and unsettling in a way Laura couldn't explain. He smiled too calmly, watched too carefully, like he knew things no one else did. The rest of the team was equally fractured. Dr. Sofia Alvarez, a hardened epidemiologist who trusted facts over feelings. Noah Reed, the station engineer with a drinking problem and a talent for fixing things that shouldn't have been broken in the first place. Dr. Hannah Volken, a genetist obsessed with viral mutation, and Mateo Cruz, a charming field researcher who flirted with dangers almost as much as he flirted with Laura. At first, the isolation felt exciting. Snow buried the mountains surrounding the station. The nearest town sat nearly 7 miles away. Radios barely worked during storms. Supplies arrived once every 3 weeks. There was nowhere to go, and soon, no way out. It started with the rodents, the species they were studying. Small ash-colored creatures nesting deep within the cave system began behaving strangely, aggressive, disoriented, almost fearless. The one morning, a containment chamber was opened. 3 infected rodents missing, no signs of forced entries, no explanation. The same night the power failed, completely darkness swallowed the station, emergency alarm screaming through the halls as backup generations struggled to activate, and somewhere inside the wall something moved. When the lights returned, one of the researchers was gone. Not dead, just gone. His room was empty except blood smeared across the floor and a single message scratched into the metal wall beside it learns. Panic erupted instantly. Mercier insisted it was psychological deterioration caused by isolation. Sophia believed an infected rodent attack triggered hysteria, but Hannah proposed something far worse. The virus had mutilated, not just biologically, behaviorally. The storms outside infested. Blizzards sealed every exit. Satellite communication collapsed. Temperatures dropped below survival levels. The station became a prison buried beneath snow and silence. And inside that prison, paranoia spreaded faster than the infection. Small things stopped making sense. Supplies vanished. Security footage disappeared. Doors opened on their own. People heard whispering inside ventilation shafts. Then Noah nearly died after someone tampered with the station heaters. An accident, Mercier claimed, but Laura noticed something no one else did. Every accident targeted someone questioning the research. Then Mateo got sick, fever, bleeding lungs, hallucinations. He grabbed Laura's wrist one night with shaking hands and whispered, "They knew before we got here." Before she could ask what he meant, he flatlined. That's when Laura broke into Mercier's private office, and what she found changed everything. The station had never been researching the virus. They had been engineering it for years. The rodents were naturally carriers. They were modified hosts. Black Ridge was funded by private pharmaceutical corporations, experimenting with viral adaptations under extreme environmental stress. And the caves accelerated the mutation. Something ancient within them, fungal spores frozen beneath the rock for centuries, intricated with the virus in unpredictable ways, Mercier knew, Hannah knew, maybe even Sophia. The entire mission was a lie, and now the virus wasn't just infecting bodies, it was affecting behavior, fear, aggression, paranoia. The team wasn't turning against each other naturally. The virus was amplifying their darkest instincts. The realization came too late, because by then, the station had already collapsed into madness. Sophia accused Hannah of sabotage. Noah attacked Mercier with a fire axe. Emergency lockdown trapped half the team underground near the caves. And through it all, Lara noticed the strangest things. The deeper people descended into fear, the calmer Mercier became. Then came the final twist. Mercier wasn't trying to contain the outbreak. He wasn't documenting it. Even betrayal, even violent reaction, even psychological fracture. The isolation experience was intentional from the beginning. The storm schedules, the damaged communication systems, the infected rodents, all orchestrated. The real test was never the virus. It was human behavior under fear. When Lara confronted him inside the caves beneath the station, Mercier finally admitted the truth. People always believing monsters destroy civilization, but it's fear. Fear turns humans into predators long before any disease does. Then he smiled, and now we had proof. But Mercier underestimated one thing. Lara wasn't broken yet. While the others collapsed under paranoia, she held on to one thing fear could fully consume: clarity. In the final moments before the station self-destruct under emergency contaminant protocols, Laura escaped into the frozen wilderness alone. Behind her, Black Ridge disappeared beneath fire and collapsing in ice. Officials report blamed a viral outbreak and avalanche damage. The corporation erased the experiment, the deaths was buried, and the world moved on. But months later, safely home, Lara receives an unmarked package containing a single flash drive. Inside was one final video log from Mercier. He looked directly into the camera and said, "If you're watching this, the Patagonian survived." The Patagonia, she thought, and then she listened it again, and it didn't say Patagonia, the place they were. It said the pathogen survived, and fear spread it faster than the virus ever could. The screen cut black. Then something moved behind him in the darkness of the cave, something that definitely wasn't human. And Laura realized that everything she thought was behind her wasn't over. This is Twisted Stories, where the truth always comes out, just not how expected.
Thank you for turning the pages on this twisted story with us. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any posts from us. And remember, every twisted story have a life lesson attached to it, whether good or bad. You can learn from it and also grow. See you guys next time.